Now then, abandon the 1% graphics thermo challenge. Right.
Oh yeah.
Now, this was this Martin Niebelung, wasn't it? Who
Yeah, this
posted
was
on
his
Twitter.
challenge,
Yeah.
which
Right.
he didn't finish. I wanted to see the results. Yeah, I wanted to know what he thought of it and all that.
Oh, did he not? Did he not go back and look? I don't. I did take part. A sort of tongue-in-cheek took part. I did a 0% graphics thermo
Oh yeah, I
because I
saw
used
that.
I used the text gadget and never again. I'm not attempting that again. That was a nightmare.
It was pretty impressive. Not gonna lie.
Now knowing what I learnt doing it though, I could do a much better job now. But it's like I don't want to do it because it's such a pain.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's your 1%. Ooh, we've got effects and movement and stuff. What's happening?
Yeah, I think for this, I only use the starting block that they give you whenever you create a new scene, and I would only paint it. I don't think I did any like expanding or any of that. I can't quite remember though. I could be totally wrong.
See, I recently made a room for the All Hallows event,
Mm.
and you got to keep within 15% thermo. And I thought, okay, so I won't use very many sculpts. I'll just use paint. That should keep
Yeah.
the thermo down.
Yeah,
Nope,
that's not the case.
nope.
paint does take Paint does take up thermo.
Yep.
That's what everything gets wrong about paint. They think, oh, if I use paint, maybe I'll save on thermo, but nope.
Nope.
That's not
Nope.
the case.
Not the case. I got a nice look that I wanted, but it's not. The thermo was driving me up the wall. So these
Yeah.
1% graphic thermo challenges were really, really interesting because it was amazing what people were making
Mhm.
within that restriction. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't even know how some of it was done because it was just like, how is that 1%? I can't put down 2 blocks before it's up 4. Seriously, I put down 2 cubes and it's 4%. Boom.
Yeah.
Don't get it. I don't. I really don't. But there you are.
I don't quite understand what like causes the graphics thermo to go up, but I believe I believe it's the quality of the fleck type, like if it's very fine or if it's very loose, and just like how how much you like transform it, how much you transform a sculpt. I believe that's how graphics works, but
I have.
I don't really go into that.
You see, this is it. I mean, I have got to a point now where I naturally sculpt things in a way that is keeps the thermo down.
Mm-hmm.
And like when I was in beta, where everything was just 80%, 90%, and you're like, what? Why? What have I done? But I don't really know why what I'm doing is low thermo. If you see what I mean, it's sort of
Yeah.
I've worked out methods. So if it's a frame, for example, I know to make it as
Mm-hmm.
1 cube and cut it rather than make 4 sides.
Yeah.
Things like that. It's like I've learned, making 1 block and cutting it is better thermally than making lots of blocks and molding it up.
Yeah.
But I still struggle with carving things. Do you do a lot of carving, would you say? You
Yeah, I
carve
would say I
things
do it.
out.
Yeah, I would say that because of the texturing that I do. So yeah.
Rather than building things up with the blend tool and moulding things and getting things bigger,
Mm-hmm.
you're more like to
Sorry.
carve it out from a
Yeah.
block.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I do it the other way. I build things up, this is the
Oh,
wrong
I
way.
see.
It's the wrong way,
Yeah.
but then I know. Ah, this piece of music. This is everywhere.
Really?
He's done a banger here. He has. This is so popular everywhere. Lots of people use this piece.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I saw it and I was like, wow, this is pretty good. And yeah, I've used a lot of Adrian's work, if that's his real name. I can assume it's his real name because it's in his gamer tag, but
Oh, you can't believe anybody's gamer tag.
yeah.
No, not at all. Girl from Croydon is not a girl, and he's not from Croydon.
Really?
So there we are.
I see.
The song is called I should know this because I actually remixed it and sang.
And sang it. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh God, what is
Wait,
it called?
is it like
We
is
Will
it
Meet Again? I think it's called. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think at the time it was a hashtag that was going across Twitter quite a bit at the time. Yeah. People were talking about the lockdown and not seeing their friends and everything, and
I see.
it was a hashtag We Will Meet Again, and then Dame Vera Lynn, who sang the song originally, died, so it became a big thing. Anyway, this came out just before that, so I might be reading more into it, but I think that it just seemed a bit of a coincidence to me. Maybe he just saw the
Wait. So
tag.
this isn't an original?
It's an original song. Yeah, it's original. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But there's a 1940s song, very famous one, with the same title, but it's not the same music at all. No.
Oh, I see. Okay. I was worried for you for a second there.
No. No. Oh, we can move in this one.
Yeah. If you stick around and long enough, then yeah. Because I don't know how to keep the camera fixed onto the scene.
Well, how do you do it now?
I put it on a timeline. I make the timeline super long, and usually people don't stay in the piece for more than a minute. So.
You don't need the camera in a timeline.
Huh.
just plonk it down. It doesn't need a timeline.
No, it's because the camera moves. So I put it on a timeline because to get that movement.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
So so you can either loop the timeline so that it never stops. So it just gets to the end and then goes back to the beginning. Or you could get it through its timeline, and then when it stops, it will go to a fixed camera in the scene. You could do it that way as well.
I've never actually really tried doing anything about it. Because I don't think people would stay longer for
Oh, they
more
will.
than a minute. So.
Oh, they will. See, now we're seeing all the secrets. You see, all the bits that you don't normally let people see.
I guess if you stick around long enough, you'll see how everything's made.
But this is good.
Behind the scenes.
But this is good. I like this though. This is what I like. This is seeing how things are made is one of the fun parts.
Yeah.
So, is this a Sun Sky Gadget sun, or is this a light that you put in? That's a sculpt with the glow on.
Yeah.
Right.
But the Sun and Sky Gadget, the sun is where that sun is, if that makes sense.
Yes, that makes sense.
So, okay.
Yep. Otherwise, the shadow, with the shadows and everything.
Okay, good.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Yes. No, it's fascinating to see, because in order to get the depth, you've got all these bits at different levels. But
Hmm.
but it's interesting when you zoom in, you realise there's nothing behind. Uh,
Yeah.
Jet Yeti's desperate to know what this is. Hang on, here we go. This is called Sunset Point, and it's by JC, and it is 3 E's. I have right. It wasn't me and my bad spelling.
Yeah, I wish I could get rid of that last E, but somebody took that from me.
Oh no, it
So,
was already taken, was it? You couldn't have it.
yeah. I thought my
Th-
name was like very special, but I guess not.
so here's one occasion where you have taken something from the Dreamverse, the birds.
Yeah, just the birds.
Uh,
Because I can't do animation, or I couldn't do animation at this time. So.
yes. Um, I'm still look. I made some. I thought pretty good, incredibly simple birds really early on in the beta, or early access. I can't remember when. And
Mhm.
I haven't managed to do it again. It was like I don't know how I did it. They were just paint strokes, and they were
Oh, I
like
see.
they worked really well, and I was very pleased with them. And it was like excellent. And I've no idea how I did it, so I've never managed to
Were you-
recreate it.
Were you using the frame by frame by any chance?
Nope.
Oh.
No,
Huh.
I just did little bird shape, and then I animated it with a flow, and it made it look like the wings were going up and down, and it was like, yeah, that looks okay
Wow.
from a distance. And then I put a flock of them together, and then I moved them all around with the action recorder in a
Wow.
loop, and it's like, yeah, that works. that does it for me.
I'm
That's
surprised
fine.
you got. I'm surprised you got Paintflex to actually do what you wanted.
Yeah, so am I. Like I say, I've managed to do it again, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to actually control those things. I sometimes get super frustrated when it doesn't do what I actually want it to do. I thought I had every aspect of dreams in my hands, but I guess not.
So, are you taking part in the All Hallows? Do you think you're going to carve a pumpkin and make a haunted room?
I might if I have free time on my hands, but currently I don't have any plans for that.
Which one do
I
you
still
think you
haven't
would
even.
want to do, though? Don't
Well,
die
I
on
still
me.
haven't even. I still haven't even looked at like what they're asking for. Like
Okay.
I've only glanced past it, so I know
Oh.
they're doing an event, but
Well, Jet Yeti, if you're going to make a pumpkin, make sure that you carve it. Don't add anything to the pumpkin. I've seen loads and loads of pumpkins where people have made really fantastic things, but they've added stuff to the pumpkin, and I don't think you're allowed to do that. Because
Oh
you've got to
really?
keep you have to keep the pumpkin at 1% thermo.
The pumpkin in like specifically?
Yep.
Oh
You have to
wow.
cut into the pumpkin they give you, and that's all you're allowed to do. The rules are very like, do not do this, do not do that, do not touch this, do not fiddle with that, do not. It's like, oh my god! But
Yeah.
you just carve the pumpkin. That's all they want you to do. They don't want you moulding it. Yeah, it's very simple. It's just take your carvy shape and carve out a thing.
Hmm.
I say it's simple. It's not simple. Not not at all. But yeah. So that's it. But the haunted house is another thing. The haunted house with all these extra rooms. The amount of rules for that is like, oh my goodness.
Is it a lot more than what they had for the DreamsCon thing?
It feels like it. Yeah.
I see.
It feels like it. Whether they give you a room and you're not allowed to remove the windows and you're not allowed to move the doors and you're not allowed to have anything outside the box. We're not allowed to go over 15% thermo, 15% gameplay, 5% audio. You're not allowed
I guess
to.
Jamie really learned from his mistakes.
Yeah,
with
no
the
movable
DreamsCon.
objects. You can
Yeah.
have fog, but it mustn't obscure the room. You can only have 7 light gadgets. It's like it's this great
Oh
big long
shoot!
list.
Really? 7?
Yeah, it's a great big long
Okay,
list.
I'm not doing it then.
Why do you need more than 7 normally?
Maybe, especially for a haunted house. I would
Well.
think I'd need more than 7.
Dear. Uh, you haven't actually. Right, Jet Yeti has an issue with it. Well, is it 3 lights? I thought it was 7. Oh, I don't know. Like I say, there's so many rules. I can't even remember all of them. I've probably broken 100 of them just with the room that I made. So mine probably won't even be in there because they'll go, "I'm sorry, it didn't fit the criteria." But never mind. We'll see.
Yeah.
So what about the other things? You took part in Dreamscom, did you? I thought I saw
Yeah, I did.
a Dreamscom. Is that here? It's not here.
No, it's not here.
It's not here.
Yeah.
What did? We'll have to go out and find it. What did? What did you do?
So my Dreamscom booth was all about this game that I am currently working on, my first ever game. So I designed it all based around just showcasing the story that I want and the main mechanic that I intend to have.
So we have this pink tree and a button.
Yep. And to activate that button, I don't know if you can do it with the imp, or
no,
you
I
would have
can't.
to.
I'd need a puppet, I think.
Yeah, but what's supposed to happen is the curtains. You see that red thing that's around the booth? That goes down, and the scene changes into a very dead-looking scene.
Oh, I've got to see that. Right, hang on then.
Here, let me.
No, it's
I'll see if I can.
No, I can do it.
Add the puppet. You can do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh right, I forgot I had to make it remixable.
Yeah, we had to make it remixable. Okay. Ooh. Oma, the Last Guardian. Change scenes, information, enter concept world. Let's change it. Oh, there it goes. Ooh. Isn't that clever? Oh, there's a timer.
Yeah, there's a cooldown so that you can't constantly change the scene.
Did you have a problem with it doing that? And was it breaking?
Well, if people figured out that you could constantly press the button, I would think they would just mess around with my booth and not really, look into it and stuff like that. So.
Red Astra Studios. There we go. Where'd you get the name?
I just made it up. I thought it sounded cool, so.
I know. I was with a few people. We were going through like 100 possible names that we could use, and none of them. Nobody would agree on one. It was just too hard. It's like, I think I can't remember what I came up with. That I said, that's it. That's the best one I can do. I'm not gonna. That's it. What now? What was it? Next Generation Games or something. I don't know what it was. Anyway,
Next Generation Games. That's a classic.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember what I came up with, but it was like I came up with 100 of them, and none of them were suitable. So it's like, oh well, never mind then.
I see.
We ended up with no game, none at all in the end. It's there we go. I don't remember this booth. Which room were you in?
I don't remember. I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
I think I was in like 50, around that. 50 or 30. I don't know.
Did you enjoy Dreamscom? Do you think that was a good community thing?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I didn't look at every single booth. I just glanced past it, saw what was interesting, and went to it. And if there was like a scene attached, I didn't go into it because.
Well, yeah, because you get lost because it wouldn't take you back to the. It wouldn't take you back. Yeah, I know. I ended up not doing that in the end. All the ones that linked to other people. It was like, oh no, not doing that again. So, so you're working on something with? Did you say you were working with somebody?
Yeah, currently I'm working with Saku and his team on a game that he's directing.
Right. Are you allowed to say anything about what it is?
Um,
Or is it all a secret? What sort
I
of game
I
is it?
did not ask him,
You didn't
so
ask. You just agreed to
uh,
make a game and you have no idea what it is at all.
no, like I didn't ask if I could speak about it
Oh, fair enough.
on this. Yeah,
I
so
thought you
I don't
meant.
know if he
I
wants
thought
me
you
to.
meant. He said, "Would you like to make a game?" And you went, "Yes," and you didn't bother asking him what.
No, he asked me. He told me what it was all about, and then I helped him create that trailer for the Dreamscom thing, or was it the Dreamscom? I believe so. The Dreamscom live stream that happened.
Oh right.
So
Okay.
yeah, I helped him do the environment for the trailer that he did.
Right. So, what about the You missed the impies, didn't you? You weren't
I
around.
did.
You weren't around for
Yeah,
those because if
I
you
wasn't.
came for February, you weren't around for the impies. So,
Yeah.
is what is your impression of the whole idea of Media Molecule giving out prizes to?
I find it pretty awesome, to be honest, because I have never seen any other game do something like that, to actually give a physical object that recognizes specific talents and specific genres to people. So yeah, but a goal of mine is to get an MP.
Yeah.
That's
For
something I'm
what criteria
gonna
would you
strive
like
for.
to win on?
I don't know, because they might make more. Yeah, they might make more criteria. So I hope to get, like, if there is one, most improved dreamer since release.
Okay. There is one of those.
Yeah,
Yeah, most. Yeah, there
there
is one of
is.
those.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Because yeah, I feel like I've improved quite a lot since I first started in February.
Well, I would hope so, because the more you do it, the better you'll be. Always.
Yeah.
It's always a practice thing. Always. Any art is the more
Mhm.
you do it, the better you get. Um,
Yeah.
and it's a matter of sticking with it. I think. A lot of people give up. They go, can't do it. Poof, done.
Yeah,
Um,
that's true. I was like that for a little bit when learning, so but I
so,
stuck with it and I made the most out of it.
well, that's good to hear. How long have we both been playing Dreams? Well, I've been playing Dreams since day one of beta, literally day one of beta. So I was one of the ones that got it because I had the newsletter. And JC bought it on launch day. That's right.
Yeah, on
Yeah,
launch day.
on launch day. Did you watch the launch day stream?
No, I did not.
Oh my goodness, you missed my tour de force stream. Yes.
Yeah, I wasn't really invested into the community at that point, so but like yeah, now I am. I try to be involved with everything that's happening in the community.
It was a fun day, that actually.
Mm.
It's Valentine's Day. They picked I don't know who thought that was a good idea. They picked Valentine's Day, but luckily for me, Valentine's Day is not a big thing for me. So
Mm.
it's my husband's day off, Valentine's Day. He gets to be romantic 365 days of the year, and then he gets Valentine's Day off.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. So so we weren't worried, but I should imagine there was a lot of people who were like, "Do I go out for a meal with my wife, or do I watch the Media Molecule Dream stream?" And it's like, what does your wife say? Your wife is standing
Yeah.
there with her arms folded, going, "I get to go out once a year." Right. Okay. So people are starting to ask questions. So I've got. Did you use the PS4 control or move controllers? Well, we've tackled that earlier, but me personally, I only have the DS4. I don't have moves. And
For me, I started off with the DS4, but then I bought moves after seeing how useful it is in terms of sculpting and different other aspects.
so do you use it for? I mean, do you swap between the two? Do you find that certain things are better with the DS4 and certain things are better with the moves? Or
Yeah, yeah, I do swap whenever I think using the DualShock is a lot better than the moves because I have more stability when I use the DualShock. So
right. Well, yeah. It takes a bit of getting used to, though. And then a lot of people, when they joined, had the option to go with the gyroscope or
the joysticks,
the
oh my
joysticks.
god.
Which did you try? Did you try the both or?
Nope, I've only used the gyro. I don't think I could ever use the analog after watching JJ Novitz use it.
Right.
Yeah, especially after watching her use it. It's like I don't know how anybody could use it, but I guess some people just don't have. I guess just accessibility to have that too for certain people. But
It's really difficult to get used to. I found it really hard to get used
hmm
to at the beginning because I'd never held a controller in this way ever before,
I see.
and I hadn't had a PlayStation. This is I bought the PlayStation 4 Dreams. So
Oh, really?
yeah, yeah, I'm an
Wow.
Xbox girl. Me, I play everything on
What
Xbox.
I was an Xbox guy before, but yeah, I switched to PlayStation.
But yeah, the analog controllers. Yeah, well, this is the thing. They did not exist during beta at all. So we all had to learn how to move this controller around with the gyro. And quite honestly, although it was a pain to start with, I would not go back to
Yeah,
learning
as
another
yeah,
control
once you
scheme.
learn it, it's like hard to not use it.
Did you
It's like
find you were
super.
doing that in other games though? Did you find yourself tipping the control, moving the controller around, trying to navigate things and going, "Oh no, 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 not in dreams."
Nope,
No,
never.
never happened to you. Okay, fine. Just me then. Right. So anybody else got any questions for JC at all? Before I ask him the last couple of questions. We'll do that. So you have a think. I'll ask him another question. So is there anything you'd like to see added to Dreams that you think would make your life easier for making artwork? Is there anything you think is missing, or?
um, I would say probably the ability to stretch sculpts that have already been made, and
You can.
you can. I did not know that. Are you talking about using joints to stretch it,
What, hang on.
or like?
All right. Okay. You can't. You can't sculpt. You can't stretch an entire sculpt.
Yeah,
That
that's what I was
yeah,
talking about.
yeah,
Stretching an entire sculpt.
right. But you can. Those of you who don't know, once you've popped that down, you can stretch it like that after the fact.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, just the ability to stretch like uh, full sculpts, and I guess the ability to save different objects, if that makes sense in sculpt
yeah.
mode.
Now, who was it? Somebody did a tutorial on stretching scopes, and it was real fascinating. Now, who was it? Let's see if I can find it on my website. There was a way to stretch scopes. There we go. Yeah, using the connectors. Yeah, so you already knew about that. That was Tapjars did a whole tutorial on sticking connectors on it and then pulling them apart.
Yeah, I wish there was a simpler way to do that without having to mess around with the connectors and joints.
But I mean, I find it because I do this a lot now, where I'll make something and then I need to adjust it, and I don't find it a problem just to go into my sculpt and just adjust each individual little piece. I don't find that a major deal.
Oh, I see.
So that's I do that quite a bit myself, just to yeah. But there you are. Nope, nobody's got some questions. I'm quite. Anybody any questions? I can see we've got 10 people in the chat, lurking, not saying anything. What about the future of Dreams then? There's been lots of talk about 10-year plans and going to PC, maybe be able to sell your creations, that sort of thing. I mean, is there any of that appealing to you? Do you think that's what you want?
If we could sell creations, export them, that's something I'm looking forward to, because that would make just doing what I want to do, which is creating landscape and concept art for your games, a whole lot easier.
So you're all for like a YouTube model, like, or like a store? So. I still can't get my head around how it's supposed to work. That's the thing. It's like everybody would like to be paid for their artwork, sure, but how that works, I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that they create a method of exporting just images or the full thing, and I don't know.
No, I don't know either.
I don't know much about like what 3D art is like in terms of traditional methods, so.
This is it. And who would buy it? Who would be interested in having just a bit of 3D art? Is there a market for that? I don't even know. There might be. I just don't know. I mean, Jet Yeti says the ability to sell your creations has ruined the point of Dreams, and I'm with you on that. I've written quite a few articles on this. I'm not overly keen myself. I like the idea that Dreams is a hobby. I like the idea that Dreams is a bit of fun for people that don't program and aren't 3D sculptors and don't have the skills or the training. I like that idea, and I think if it became commercial, that everybody was just striving for the money. I'm not 100% sure whether the joy of Dreams would go away. It would become everybody's chore. It was a job. It becomes going for the money, and it's not fun anymore. You know what I mean? That would worry me. I wouldn't want Dreams to suddenly become not a fun thing. I mean, you don't think of Dreams as being a hobby fun thing, right?
Currently, yeah, but I would like to actually get into doing stuff that makes money.
Sure.
Because if I want to do this like full time, I would want to get like at least a little bit of income coming from it.
Well, this is what other people say. Yeah, it's that you can't, if you want to do Dreams full time, obviously there needs to be money involved, because you can't live off of fresh air. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I understand. I understand people that's thinking, look, if I'm going to put all the effort in to make something, I need to be paid for it. It's like, okay, because they go, because that's time away from my children, and time away from. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay, fair enough. I know, I'm with you. I understand. But yeah. Anyway, favorite dream. If you were asked by somebody who says, "Oh, I understand you play Dreams," and you say, "Yeah, let me show you this game. This is a great example of what you can do in Dreams." What would you show them?
Huh.
Is
That's
that
a
different?
good question.
Is that different from your favorite game as well? Because it could be two different games.
Well, again, I don't really use Dreams to play games. I usually use it to create art and make my own stuff. So I would say look at this ARM stuff, look at Elka's stuff, look at who else? Saku's stuff, look at Keld's stuff. I would recommend those guys to look at if you're just getting started in Dreams, because they create some pretty cool stuff.
Right. I should have looked up under Dreamers then. Okay, so let's look up Disarmed X then.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything in particular in mind?
Nope, nothing in particular. Just all of the stuff he does is pretty fantastic.
What's my favourite? Let me see. Can I find anything that this had a few different scenes, if I remember rightly. Because this is. I can see why you like this, because this is similar to what you do. Because you've got the lighting, the realism.
Mm-hmm.
I love this. The way that the grayscale thing. You should do that with your creations. That'd be fun. Take all the
I've tried. I've tried to do that, but I don't know how to actually get about doing that. Like how to make everything turn gray.
If it's not an obvious setting, then maybe he's linked everything up to.
Yeah, I hope he didn't like have to go into every single
sculpt
and change it to gray.
Yeah, it's possible.
If that's the case, then yeah, it's
all the textures have gone out of everything and everything, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's just anyway, that is very cool. Yeah, ask him. Yeah. Well, he's not here. Otherwise, I would absolutely ask him. But he's not here right now. But look at this. There. I mean, I think Disarmed did some of the best realistic stuff in beta and early access. More beta actually. His beta stuff was like completely different to everybody else's, and it just blew everyone away. So there we go. Message him. I'm not. It's early in the morning. I can't be doing things like that to people.
Yeah.
He might be at church. I don't know. That's probably. I also like this because he does music as well.
Yeah, I really liked his music that he does.
I've turned the music right down, so. There we go. When I first saw this, I'm like, how the hell is he doing that? I got obsessed with this. I was like, how, what? I now know exactly how it's done, but at the time it was like, I'm confused. I don't understand this at all. I like this piece. Yeah, it's cool. So there we go. So that's Disarmed. Who was it? Saku.
Saku is a second.
There we go. He does some interesting YouTube stuff as well, showing people how he's done this, that, and next thing, which is really nice.
Yeah.
I think in particular,
I would say Enchanted Forest, if that's the correct title that he has.
there's a golden forest. No.
Might be. Oh no no no! I believe it's Enchanted.
It's an enchanted forest.
It's
Okay.
like one of his earlier
Moonlight
pieces
Forest?
that he's done.
There's this moonlight
Oh,
forest
that one. That
that
one.
won the
That
game
one. Yeah.
jam. Yeah, this one.
Yeah, that one.
That one. Let me reset on that one.
Like
Right.
looking at this piece of his, really inspired me to continue with creating scenes and environments.
So there you are. You see, you put a deer in it. You see? There we are. Like I said, you needed a deer.
Yeah.
Now, what was interesting about this is that he won this game jam, but this he made really early on.
Mhm.
And I think he went back into it and just tweaked it a bit.
I think he did. I think he added more foliage.
Yeah, I think maybe the lighting and stuff was slightly different as well. But yeah, I think he was very chuffed that he finally won a game jam because he's done so many of them.
Yeah, he's finally got that first, second, and third place under his belt,
Yes.
which is a huge accomplishment.
I actually collabed with him on this. Unless it's gone. He might have replaced me, I don't know.
I didn't realize that you were
Hey,
the
Gramps,
narrator
what's
for this.
that book about?
Come and sit down, son.
That's me.
Let me tell you a great story of the sunken kingdom of Labareth. A truly magical place.
I did it about 6 or 7 times, and I think that was the one that I didn't like the most.
Really?
Yeah, I did about 6 or 7 different versions of it, different voices and different types of things. And he picked that one. I was like, oh.
You should have gave him You should have gave him a suggestion on which one to choose.
Oh no, it was up to him. I didn't know it was his game. He just told me what to say. It's just I did that one like I spoke it really slowly, so it just sounds like I'm just not sure what I'm reading, but it's like.
Oh,
no.
I see.
Yeah, but anyway, there we are. I don't get asked to do voiceover stuff very often now at all. Well, I do get asked, and then it never crops up. So I figure, I figure they like me to do it, and then I do it, and then they're like, "Oh God, this is terrible. We can't use it." So we'll say nothing. That's how it feels. I know that's probably not it at all. That's just how it feels. There's lots of stuff here from Saku. There's all sorts of things from sci-fi to magical gardens, and the underwater one is nice. Where's that? I do have a teacher's voice. Probably because I used to be one. Right, there we are. There it is. You're not good at the architecture?
No, I
Oh.
attempt at it, but yeah, I can't do it.
Oh. Well, the, that's sort of put page to one of my questions down later on, so I'm gonna have to change that to something else.
Oh shoot! Wait, what was the question?
It's all right. Hang on. Let me think. I'm gonna replace this quick fire round question. Hang on. All right. Okay. That's really stupid, but that'll do. All right. So I think we've gone through your favourite dream and created. We've looked at two there. So Disarmed X and Saku's mine. Anybody else you'd like us to look at? Just one more person.
I would say Keld or Elka. Keld or Elka Gaming.
Trouble with Elka Gaming is its avatar.
Yeah,
Then
but he create. I
and I'm
like
not-
his glitcher project that he's doing.
Okay, let's have a look then. See, so we'll see if I can find something that's not copyright infringing that I can put on my channel. Hang on. Oh yeah, it was part of the team that made Fields of Battle, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that was also pretty cool.
So what am I looking for?
Glitcher, or I don't know how it's pronounced, but
Oh, Glitchar.
Believe it.
This thing.
yeah.
Yes. I don't know if he's working. Is he working on this?
Yeah, he's working on it, I believe,
Brilliant.
part-time.
I haven't
Yeah.
looked at it since it first launched. So this is going to be interesting. Ah. Fields Battle was made in 10 days, was it? Go for that. Oh, gold. What's that? Okay. I feel that I messed that up a bit. That is such a simple thing to do, but it's really effective, that text thing. Oh, we're in the
Yeah.
Matrix. Guns, lots and lots of guns. Oh. I think this is the first game I saw that they did that, and it was like, oh, that is so simple. I know how to do that.
Where they changed the text?
Yeah. Is your first creation public, or is it a private thing?
I believe my first creation is public, but I believe it's actually a sculpt, and I think that scene that I put in my portfolio is not public, but
Okay. Let's
here, I can quickly make it public and we can look at it, because I wanted people to also see how I started.
This is completely different to the thing that I saw when they first launched this. This is like something else. It's very weird. They haven't made this VR compatible, have they? Because I should imagine this is absolutely horrendous in VR.
Oh, if it was in VR, yeah.
You would do your head in. Oh, what am I doing? Am I supposed to be walking forwards? I don't even know. What's happening? Oh dear. Okay, well, it's one of those things that it's like, ooh, on a stream it's a bit difficult to appreciate. Right, okay, so let's see if we can find your first creation.
Yeah, I believe it should be public now, so.
My first dream. That it?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a scene. Okie doke. Let's have a look. There we are. It's a tree.
Yeah. It's a simple tree. That
What?
looks pretty.
Whoa.
bad.
Okay, sorry. You stuck your camera in a timeline and then it ran out of time. Okay. What's this around the bottom?
That's supposed to be mushrooms growing on the tree.
Oh right. Okay. All right. I wasn't sure. Sorry. Okay.
It's all good. It's all good.
Paint vets. But yep. That's yep.
Yep.
Yep. Well, you wanted to be
that
most
was...
improved most improved dreamer. There we are. Go from that to Misty Forest, where you've got the same tree without the mushrooms.
Yeah, the difference is very drastic.
Yeah, but like I say, it's practice, isn't it? Then I don't think I've got any better. So if you go to mine, oh god, here we go. All right, 10 hours later. Yeah, that wasn't the first thing I made. I made the barrel first for a start off. But
just making the lid for a barrel.
Yeah, no, I made the barrel first and then made the lid. Well, the lid, the paint as a part of the. There we go. This isn't the first thing I made, but it looks terrible now. But at the time, I was quite pleased. But it's yeah, a lot of people used it. No, the first thing I made was a piece of railway track. But I obviously archived it. Dear me. But this is the first public thing that I've got. This is it. This barrel lid. There we are. So I never would have found it. If I tried searching for my railway track, I never would have found it because it's not here anymore. Because I archived it, obviously. So there we are. So there's all the rubbish that I made early on. And does it annoy you that you can't get rid of it?
That you can't get rid of sculpts
anything you launch.
Yeah, because I would like stuff deleted from people actually looking at it. Yeah.
Yeah. I just think you said add it into collections. Yeah, that's added a collection. That's all it's done. It's just added more to the list. It doesn't.
That's true.
It doesn't. You can't create folders within your feed. When you add it to a collection, it doesn't create a folder in the feed. All I can do is archive everything. And if you archive everything, it unlists it so nobody can see it. So it's like... They really do need to sort these feeds out. It's the thing that I hate the most is the inability to navigate feeds better. You know, by date or... By folders, or I'd quite like it if we had we could pin our favourite creations to the beginning of our feed.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, so when people come, you know, you could have 2 or 3 things pinned at the beginning, so that you know that they can get hold of it and see it. Anyway, we are now at the time for the quick fire round.
Quick fire round.
So,
okay.
Right. So I'm going to give you this or that, and you have to say quickly without thinking about it too much which one.
Boy.
Okay.
I hope I don't sound stupid.
Right. We can talk about your decision, and a
Okay.
bit, but just try, just your quick response. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. First one. Time travel to the past or time travel to the future?
To the future.
The future. Why future?
Uh, I don't know. I just don't want to go back to the past. I don't like my past.
It would be your past necessarily, unless your
Oh,
past
okay.
was particularly interesting.
We'll not get into that.
Oh, okay. All right, fine. Okay, next one. Right. Starters or desserts?
Starters. I don't really like desserts.
You don't like desserts?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I like some desserts, but if it's like the chocolate dessert, then yeah, I can't do it.
you don't like cream? You don't like cake? What?
Well, if it's between eating like something hot versus something not hot, I would choose hot.
I must admit, I find that sometimes the starters are the best part of a menu. Quite often, you have a really fantastic starter, and then the main course arrives and it's not as good.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I
But anyway, okay. Digital painting or an actual painting?
or what? Electrical?
Actual, real
Oh,
painting.
actual.
Yeah.
Oh, digital.
Digital.
Yeah. It's easier to just, erase your mistake and fix it than it is in traditional.
What would you prefer to look at?
If it's looking at, I would prefer to look at traditional.
Right. So doing digital, looking at
Traditional.
traditional. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Right. Next one. Foggy scene or snowy scene?
Foggy scene.
I see you do a lot of foggy scenes, but you've done a few snowy scenes as well. So, what's about fogginess that you like?
I just like how you can create god rays with fog. So, and
Ah.
with snowy scenes, pretty plain, I guess.
I.
I don't know.
Yeah. Right. You're a cat person or a dog person?
Oh, dog person.
Oh, dog. Well, that was an easy one, wasn't it? That didn't take
Yeah,
much thinking
that
at
was,
all.
That was very easy. Like I'm okay with a cat, like, but I prefer dogs.
That's fine.
Like,
Most people
yeah,
have a
like-
preference. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just like,
Yeah.
do you have a dog?
I do, yeah. Little Chiweenie.
A what?
Chihuahua wiener dog mix.
Oh wow! How?
Yeah.
That's not a very big dog then.
Nope.
Nope.
He's very cute. Yeah.
Ah, lovely.
His name's Romeo.
You'd not got tempted to sculpt him in dreams?
No. I don't think I could do animals. If I attempted, I would make him look ugly and then I would be sad.
Oh, oh no! Actually, yeah, I'm with you on that. That if you know where you're good, and where you're not so good. So I don't see you doing a lot of character models and portraits and.
I would like to do those, but yeah, it's just very difficult.
Have you tried the bust tutorial?
I've looked at it, but I've never actually followed it and tried it.
Right. It's actually a good exercise. I recommend you having a go. And as you've got motion controls, you can probably follow it better than the rest of us who've got a PS4.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So I recommend it. It's a good one. And there's some really good tutorials actually on doing faces in dreams about. So if you really if you get in the mood that you want to take a break from landscapes. Yeah, I recommend, try Kareem's tutorial on doing busts, and then there's a few tutorials around that you can do. Also, there's some good ones on Blender and everything, which, although it's not the same tools, it gives you the same sort of process, which is quite handy. So if you ever fancy doing that. Anyway, there we go. There was our interview. And that's 2 hours gone. Like that.
Wow.
It's amazing, isn't it? It just...
It didn't feel like 2 hours.
No. It was. It's been 2 hours. It's quite extraordinary.
Wow.
So there we go. Thank you very much for talking to me, JC. Thank you for showing your artwork.
Me.
Sorry, the interview abruptly stops there. I had to cut it because we got into a conversation about something that wasn't dreams related. So you're not interested in that, so we left it there. So big thanks to JC for taking part in the interview this week. I hope you enjoyed his creations. If you're interested in being another subject for Talking Dreams, then I'd love to hear from you. If possible, and you're on Twitter, send me a private message saying that you'd like to take part, or a message, and I will send you a private message. We'll have a little discussion about it. I'm looking for people that have a nice wide selection of things to show on Dreams that have to be public. I'm looking... It'd be nice if I could get some musicians or some female dreamers, something a little bit different than what we've had previously. But anybody that has got something to say about dreams is fine. You don't have to have had pics or been featured on streams or be dreams famous. That's not the point. It's just you're willing to talk about dreams and you've got something to say, then I'll be interested in talking to you. So send me a message on Twitter to let me know that you're interested, and we'll have a discussion and see if you're suitable for a future interview and when you're available. The only bit of equipment you definitely need is a microphone that can be used over PSN chat, and you need to be willing for that chat to be recorded and showed over Twitch. So this is how the interview is conducted before I then edit it for YouTube. So thank you for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you. Catch you in your dreams.